welcome back. Glad you're along tonight. We're going to talk to Texe Marrs this hour. Texe, of course, is one of the most prolific patriots in America in terms of books, DVDs, and scholarly works and articles and essays revealing the inner truth of what's been done to this country, what is being done to this country, and what will continue to be done to it unless we stop it somehow. Texe has a brand new DVD out, which may be his most magnificent achievement to date. I've always been impressed with Texe's work, to put it mildly. This is a stunner. It's called Rothschild's Choice, Barack Obama and the Hidden Cabal Behind the Plot to Murder America. And if you folks don't believe that the Rothschilds determine who's going to be in the White House, well, I hope you'll, with an open mind, pay close attention to the next hour and get the DVD, and then revisit the topic, see how you look at it at that point in time. Welcome back, Texe.
Hey, Jeff. Glad to be back with you again, especially on such an important topic that really has to do with rescuing America and literally, I believe, saving millions of lives.
Maybe tens of millions.
Yes.
You may be right. I think that potentially very dark days are ahead unless we do something about it, and do it very quickly. This DVD, I don't know how long it took you to compile the data and then massage it into a beautifully flowing narrative full of just stunning images as well. It had to be a year or close to it. There's a lot of work here.
Well, I have worked on it since 2007.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I was convinced that Barack Obama would be president of the United States. Now, I had always believed, because the Clintons had such power politically. And, in fact, Hillary Rodham Clinton was a big favorite, Fed Reserve Chairman Alan Greenspan, as well as Senator Rockefeller.
Right.
But amazingly, in 2007, even before he had announced for the presidency, I began to hear some accounts from people that told me that there was an incredible Zionist network in Chicago that had chosen a very charismatic black man named Barack Obama to be president of the United States. And this was the same man that had just become a U.S. senator through some very strange circumstances, by the way, odd things that happened to propel him to the U.S. Senate.
Right.
But at first, it was hard for me to believe this would be true. But when I found out who was behind this man, the Rothschilds, and their American agent, George Soros, who had already set up a series of Internet and other organizations, MoveOn.org and others, all ready to spring into action and to promote the cause of this unknown senator from Illinois, then I knew the fix was in. I knew that whoever the Republicans chose, and of course John McCain ended up the man. McCain, of course, is also a tool of the Rothschilds, and I'm more than willing to prove that point.
Sure.
So it doesn't really matter whether it's Democrat or Republican, but Barack Obama was the man chosen by Lord Jacob Rothschild, the fourth Baron, who has his residence, the fantastic and luxurious Waddesdon Manor. And I picture that in the video. In fact, in this video, I think it's the first one to show all of the Rothschild dynasty today. From Evelyn Rothschild, shows him in the family vault, showing off some of the gold bars of the Rothschild dynasty, to Eric, David. David Rothschild is very interesting because he's shown on the video giving a speech just recently in which he says out of our present financial chaos in the world will come global government and global governance. So there you have David Day Rothschild saying this is it. This is world government. And, of course, Lord Jacob is pictured in my video meeting with Warren Buffett, America's richest man.
Right.
Yeah, the sage of Omaha, who acted as Obama's financial advisor during the campaign. So everything was set up, for the campaign for Obama. Nothing would fail, and poor Hillary, she didn't know what hit her.
It's remarkable when you look back at it, and I'm speaking from the perspective of many of those who honestly didn't figure it out and who do get it now. of how openly transparent the game really was, Tex. And I know, what was it, the last, I guess it was the opening night at the, the Democratic National Convention when Obama gave the first speech 4 years ago.
Oh, yes. What a powerful thing.
Yeah. And
I did hit brag to a person there in Chicago.
Yeah.
That he said, Americans don't know my name, but they will after tomorrow.
Sure, you bet. Yeah. He was right. And honestly, when I heard the man speak and understood what I do, as do you, about oratory, and I knew he was reading, but I knew he had been incredibly well prepped. I said, this guy is earmarked for very big things. And I said, one day, president. I had no idea it'd be in 4 years.
Isn't that interesting? And,
yeah.
You know, his campaign advisor, they paired him with an old Chicago political operative named David Axelrod.
Oh, yeah.
Who's, of course, a Jew.
Mm-hmm.
The Jews have molded this young man since he was back in Hawaii living with his grandparents. Communist Party USA official Frank Marshall Davis.
Hanging out with Frank Davis as a teenager and learning all about Marxism, and yeah, you bet.
And so they groomed him and mentored him, brought him up. And after he left university, the first thing they did for him was to put him with the CIA, which is run by Zionist interest. And there's a dummy organization or corporation called simply Business International Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And Obama actually says in his autobiography, talks about working for this outfit. He claims that he was hired out of college by this Business International Corporation that turns out, by the way, evidently, reputedly to be a CIA front. In his autobiography, Dreams of My Father, Barack Obama says that that this organization is a consulting house to multinational corporations, and that he functioned as a research assistant and financial writer. So he didn't really have a job. He was being trained again on how to behave, what to do. Then they sent him to Chicago, where Frank Davis had been active in the Communist Party there and the Jewish Zionist network that runs Chicago. And they paired him with a man with the team, Chambers, the team that ran the Saul Alinsky network.
Right. Sure.
And that was the guy that wrote the book Rules for Radical, that Hillary Rodham Clinton herself said was her testament, sort of like the New Testament of politics for her.
Yep.
In fact, she says that Saul Alinsky once called her and asked her to go around the nation touring with him, giving lectures, right out of Yale University, I think it was,
not
where she went. So Hillary was involved with this Saul Alinsky. Yeah. Alinsky dedicated his book, Rules for Radical, as you and I know, to the first great rebel, Lucifer, who, after all, should be honored, said Saul Alinsky, because he earned his kingdom from his rebellion.
She goes way back, Hillary, way back.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So there's connections there. But Obama was sent to Chicago, and here's an interesting connection that is exposed in the video that I don't think very many people know, although you can find it online, ChicagoTribune.com, December 12, 2008, Abner Mikva, one of the most powerful Jews in Chicago. Now, this guy, Mikva, is a lawyer. He was a former federal judge, former U.S. congressman, and was the White House counsel. That's the chief lawyer to Bill Clinton in the White House. I mean, man, this guy's, he's got it, right?
He's right there.
Now Mikva is the one that was brought to the White House to get